I think one of the key challenges that we face in South Africa is the mismatch between the requirements of industry on the one hand and the products of school and tertiary education on the other hand. And what we're trying to do is to match those requirements. We're hearing from industry that they don't have the skills that they need. And at the same time, we're aware that there are large numbers of graduates who are coming out of our tertiary institutions who are not finding jobs. So really what we want to do is to try and focus on understanding the needs of industry and making sure that the education that we are providing our students matches those requirements of industry. And in that way, we believe that we'll be able to contribute to economic growth in South Africa. One of the key elements of the GiveBack 100 campaign is to provide opportunities to students who haven't been able to access a tertiary education. Might be because they were forced into work at an early age, might be because they didn't have access to the resources at that point in time. And what we want to do is we want to give those students, some of who are in low-end work, some of who are not even in the labor market at this point in time, we want to give them the opportunity to enter the tertiary education field and to be able to get a business qualification, which will equip them either to get into the job market or alternatively to advance their careers from what might be low-paid jobs at this point in time. I think the thing about boot camps is that they need to be fast-paced, and most of all, they need to be practical. And what we want to achieve is the resolution of business problems. So what we've been doing today is to certainly give students an overview of the course and what to expect, and we've spoken to them about how to be successful. But the real focus of today has been to set some business problems and to get students to grapple with those business problems and to be able to go back to the places that they work and to apply that learning in the real world environment. So we focused today on the balanced scorecard, and we focused on internal controls. Those come out of the formal courses that we offer, but I think you can see both of those topics are really relevant to business performance and to financial management. I think education in South Africa needs to take the whole picture into account. It needs to take into account the situation that we find ourselves in as an economy, and it needs to take into account what we as an education institution offer to our students. So certainly we put a lot of emphasis on ensuring that our students are successful. And this bursary program has carefully selected the students who are part of the program, and we're certainly wanting them to be successful, and we're wanting them to be in a position to contribute to the wider South African economy. And I think what we are trying to demonstrate through the GiveBack 100 campaign is that we, as Cornerstone, see ourselves as part of the bigger South African economy, and we are wanting to give something back in the form of these bursaries and the form of these opportunities for students who haven't previously had those opportunities. So we're trying to take education just beyond formal teaching. We're trying to make it practical. We're trying to give opportunities to people who haven't previously had opportunities, and we're trying meaningfully to contribute to the real requirements of business in our country.